I'm extremely proud to be a part of this team. I'm extremely proud of every single one of the players, the VCs, the captain, all the backroom support staff. This was an unbelievable collective effort. As soon as we won in Rome, we turned our attention to trying to do something that everyone thought was pretty impossible to do, not just win in America, but win here in New York. It's been an amazing week.
Welcome to the Fairway Fortunes channel, where golf meets wealth. What if I told you that the Ryder Cup, one of the most watched golf events on the planet, doesn't actually pay its players a single dollar to compete? That's right, the same tournament that pulls in hundreds of millions in ticket sales, TV rights, and corporate sponsorships sends its stars home without a paycheck, or at least that's what they want you to think. Because behind the scenes, the money trail is far more complicated, filled with hidden bonuses, luxury perks, and backdoor deals that reveal just how valuable the Ryder Cup really is for the world's best golfers. On paper, Ryder Cup players don't make a dime. There's no giant purse, no winner's check, no official earnings at all. Compare that to a regular PGA Tour stop, where even finishing dead last usually nets tens of thousands of dollars, and the difference is staggering. Instead, American players each receive a $200,000 contribution made in their name to charity. Europeans get a similar deal, with the money directed toward foundations or programs of their choice. That's it. No direct payment, no prize money, just a tax-deductible donation that looks good in the headlines but does nothing for their own bank accounts. And yet, these same players know they're stepping into an event that generates more than $500 million every 2 years. Which begs the question, if they're not getting the money directly, where does it all go? The Ryder Cup isn't just golf. It's a global money printing machine. Broadcast rights alone rake in staggering sums, with NBC in the US and Sky Sports in Europe paying top dollar to air every swing, every putt, every fist pump. Add to that corporate sponsors like Rolex, BMW, and Citi, who line up to plaster their names on every leaderboard and every commercial break. Then there's ticket sales, VIP hospitality packages, and merchandise that can run fans thousands of dollars just to be part of the spectacle. All told, each Ryder Cup has been estimated to bring in well over $500 million in revenue, and none of it goes straight to the players. Instead, the money flows to the PGA of America, the European Tour, and their corporate partners. Players might not see a paycheck, but everyone else is cashing in on golf's biggest stage. And that's where the story gets even more interesting. Because while the official paychecks are missing, the unofficial rewards can be worth far more. This is where the Ryder Cup turns from a charity event into a marketing goldmine. For players, the real money doesn't come from the tournament itself. It comes from the exposure. Brands know the Ryder Cup is one of the rare times when golf dominates headlines across the globe. That means contracts often include hidden bonuses tied directly to Ryder Cup appearances. Take equipment sponsors, for example. A golfer sinking a clutch putt on Sunday in front of millions of viewers is free advertising worth millions for Nike, TaylorMade, or Titleist. That visibility can trigger clauses that pay players extra for being part of the event, for winning points, or even just for wearing the brand on such a massive stage. And it doesn't stop there. Luxury sponsors like Rolex or Mercedes quietly sweeten the deal with incentive checks, appearance fees, and special hospitality access that turn a no-pay Ryder Cup into one of the most profitable weeks of the year for many players. In some cases, a single Ryder Cup can boost a star's overall endorsement value by millions. But not every benefit shows up as a direct wire transfer. Some rewards come in the form of unforgettable perks and luxuries that few outsiders ever hear about. If you thought Ryder Cup players were just showing up for pride, think again. The perks alone are worth a small fortune. Players and their families fly first class, or more often by private jet, directly to the host city. They stay in luxury hotels or even private villas, with every detail handled by event organizers. Then there are the famous captain's gifts. Over the years, these have included Rolex watches, tailor-made suits, custom leather travel bags, and even luxury cars. Some gifts have been valued at six figures, and they're presented as tokens of appreciation for representing team and country. And beyond the material perks, there's the access. Ryder Cup week puts golfers in the same room as CEOs, billionaires, and sponsors looking to make deals. A single handshake at a Ryder Cup gala can open doors to business opportunities that dwarf a normal tournament payday. But of course, not everyone is satisfied with luxury perks and corporate handshakes. Some players have spoken out, loudly, about the money they believe should be going straight into their pockets. For decades, the Ryder Cup has carried a strange contradiction. Players say they're honored to represent their country, but behind closed doors, money arguments always bubble up. In 1999, Phil Mickelson made headlines when he questioned why millions in TV rights weren't being shared with the players actually driving the spectacle. Fast forward to 2018, and Patrick Reed fanned the flames again, hinting that Ryder Cup stars deserved more than token charity donations while the PGA of America and European Tour pocketed the profits. Critics argue it's outdated. How can an event that generates over $500 million not directly compensate the athletes at its core? Supporters counter that the Ryder Cup is bigger than money. It's about national pride, legacy, and history. But the tension is undeniable, and it only grew louder with the rise of LIV Golf, where players are showered with massive paychecks for simply showing up. And that's where the debate really heats up, because LIV's existence has changed the way golfers and fans look at the Ryder Cup model. When LIV Golf burst onto the scene with contracts worth hundreds of millions, it flipped the Ryder Cup debate upside down. Suddenly, players who were used to teeing it up for pride were being asked, why play for free when LIV pays life-changing money just to show up? Some critics argue the Ryder Cup model is stuck in the past, clinging to an old-school vision of country over cash. Meanwhile, LIV has dangled its own team formats, sparking rumors they could one day create a Ryder Cup-style showdown, except with massive paydays attached. Imagine the same spectacle, the same pressure-packed putts, but with 8-figure checks on the line. For players caught between tradition and finance, the decision isn't as simple as waving a flag. And that's why every Ryder Cup now carries an extra layer of tension, because fans aren't just asking who will win, but whether the no-pay model can survive in a sport that's rapidly being reshaped by money. But even with all the controversy, there's still one part of the Ryder Cup that quietly turns it into a fortune for players, without anyone noticing. The truth is, Ryder Cup players don't need a paycheck from the event, because the indirect fortune is often bigger than any prize money could be. Just making the team elevates a golfer's brand overnight. Sponsors love the Ryder Cup spotlight, and endorsement contracts suddenly carry more weight when your face is plastered across highlight reels watched by millions worldwide. For some players, a single Ryder Cup performance can lead to new endorsement deals worth millions. Others see a long-term boost in appearance fees. Tournament directors will pay top dollar to bring a Ryder Cup star into their field. Even years later, being labeled a Ryder Cup hero can open doors to broadcasting jobs, corporate partnerships, and legacy-level opportunities that last long after their playing careers. So, while the official prize money reads zero, the hidden fortune tied to the Ryder Cup can be life-changing. And that leads us to the bigger question. If the event doesn't pay directly, yet still makes its players richer in the long run, what does that really say about the Ryder Cup's true value? On the surface, the Ryder Cup looks like a contradiction. The world's best golfers competing for nothing but pride, while the event itself rakes in hundreds of millions. But when you peel back the layers, you see the reality. The official paycheck may be zero, but the hidden rewards, charity donations, luxury perks, endorsement bonuses, and long-term brand value turn the Ryder Cup into one of the most lucrative unpaid weeks in sports. The controversies won't go away. Some players will always argue they deserve a direct cut of the profits, especially in an era where LIV Golf hands out eye-watering contracts just for teeing it up. Others believe that keeping the Ryder Cup about history and honor is what makes it unique in a sport drowning in money. Either way, the Ryder Cup proves one thing. You don't need a prize purse to change a golfer's fortune. Because for those who shine under the pressure, the legacy, the fame, and the fortune waiting outside the ropes can be worth more than any check. So the next time you watch a Ryder Cup hero sink the winning putt, ask yourself, are they really playing for pride? Or is it just another way to cash in behind the scenes?